what's the time? 1:42 a.m. Half
Oh,
midnight. I don't go to bed too early. Yeah,
so
I'm
you
a
go
night
to
owl.
you go to bed late. Yeah, yeah, the opposite of me.
So like I try to sleep, but I can't sleep. I don't know what happens. Sometimes
Okay.
I try to go to bed too early, but I can't. But I try to sleep. Yeah, so sometimes it happens. So like, would
So
you like
can
to?
I ask you a question? Like your English is excellent. Why are you even on why are you even on this platform? Like clearly, your English is great. Do you just want to maybe maintain this level, or is there some other reason?
I don't think that. Well, seriously, I don't think that I speak really good English. I need to practice every single day in order to
Mm.
maintain level.
To maintain, okay. Yeah, I thought maybe to
You could say
maintain.
that because learning a language is really really difficult.
It
In
is.
order
Yeah.
to maintain that level, you got to practice every single day, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. So I don't think myself that I'm a great English speaker because I'm still stuck. I get stuck somewhere and I try to explain, about the dynamic situations, and it happens with everybody, right?
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine you having any issues sort of expressing yourself. But yeah, it can happen. I mean, it could even happen with native speakers. So yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it's pretty common, isn't it? Okay, so would you like to ask me some questions, or
Yeah,
can I ask
please tell
you?
me. Please tell me about how you got into tutoring. How did that happen?
Oh, yeah. Well, in India, it happens that if you're really good at a particular subject, so you can teach
Okay.
students, you can hire students, the students can hire you. It's pretty common. It's like helping. Don't you help kids teaching something, teaching 2 + 2 = 4, alphabets, science, explaining them the concepts of science, photosynthesis,
Mm,
laws of motion, something like that. So I'm trying to help them, but I'm not really good at that, but I'm still working on it, right?
mm.
So I just help them. So it's not like I'm not a professional tutor, but I help them. Only I've got uh, 5 6 students, so I help them. You can't call me as a professional tutor, but I actually help them out.
Mm.
So yeah,
You
you
need
are
to,
a
I feel
tutor,
like
aren't you?
you need to just throw this word professional out the window and even forget that it exists.
Yeah,
Like
because look,
as you said,
look,
you're
what I
helping them. That's what if they're
you know,
learning something from you, then you've done your job. You've done
yeah,
well.
what I believe that teaching is really if you like teaching, it's a good career. You can
Yeah,
teach and you can make good money, but money is not the main purpose. You can do everything with that. Students would love you. Students would root for you, and if you teach, if you help them, then you can also learn something good. Not only the students learn from teachers,
of
teachers also
course.
learn from
Yeah,
students,
that's
right?
that's a really interesting point that you're saying because let me tell you, I learn so much from my students, like so much. Sometimes I feel I'm learning more than they are. And I've students from all over the world, and just the things that they share with me about
So
their
what do
sort
you
of country.
do? Can I ask you a question?
Hmm,
If
sure.
you are a tutor on this app, Cambly.
Yeah.
I'm not a tutor, but I'm actually a tutor. But I'm asking, what do you do when your students get completely bored while teaching? So what do you do?
Um, that's a tough one. I mean, generally, the way I can categorize people, and I'm being very, not very accurate by doing this because there's many categories, but the two main ones are students that are very engaged and engaging, and they don't mind sharing. So if I ask a question, they'll give me a long answer with a lot of details. And then there are the students that they don't really want to answer questions. They give one word answers, and that's tough because ultimately we're here so that they practice their speaking. That's like the main
Yeah,
purpose,
yeah. But
basically.
you know what?
So yeah,
What I believe that teaching or learning, whatever, teaching and learning should be fun and entertaining. This is how you can actually enjoy learning, right? And most of
yeah,
the teachers and students miss these important parts. If you can
right, right.
entertain me, if you can entertain me, you can never become a good tutor. I mean,
Right.
teachers should entertain students, and students should, enjoy the classes. Okay, I've seen
To
so
an
many
extent,
tutors.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, I
Is
agree.
there was a psychologist. I don't know. I don't remember the name of that guy, Larry or something. I'm forgetting, but I can tell you that what he said that we lose the concentration after
Right,
15 minutes or 30 minutes, and it happens
right,
in
right.
school.
I mean,
So
what I can tell you about the students that say like they've chosen a Cambly lesson to do, I always tell students that the point really isn't to go from the beginning of the lesson to the end of the lesson and only do the lesson. Like we're going to have little conversations in between to, how shall I say, to spice things up.
yeah,
And that's very important because otherwise they'll just be bored to death. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
as important as the
And you
lessons
know
are,
what?
because it's
What's
important
the
to learn
what's the most
grammar,
interesting
important to,
thing?
sorry?
What's the most interesting thing?
Tell me.
You will understand. You will come to know when the students get completely bored by looking at their face, like sitting here like this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you would understand that that student has
Yeah,
completely
no, I
got
mean that
bored.
that hardly ever happens. I think the issue that I have is when I can't see the student, when they don't have their camera on, and I can sense that there's something wrong, but like it would be great if I could sort of see their facial expressions, their reactions to things, but when I can't see them and they're not being responsive, that's very difficult. So that's something that I struggle with. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's not easy. It's not always easy.
yeah, it's not always easy for me as well. But
Yeah.
sometimes I try to find different ways to teach my students. But
No.
teaching career is really tough and difficult. And you know what?
Every
You will
person is
never
different. It's almost like you have to teach everyone differently. It's
yeah,
crazy.
you will never have enough time to hang out with your friends or family because teaching career is really so busy. It's a job
Mm.
that you won't have enough time. But yeah, well, you can enjoy.